professors, and regulation. Live instructors facilitate the classes, and program directors define pedagogy and structured course content to assure the students' learning trajectory. Yet students sometimes feel they're mere listeners. Universities prepare citizens and future workers, yet we often hear employers regret the gap that exists between what students learn and what they need to be job ready. And this is how we know higher education can be. Higher education is about impactful learning, and that is no longer tied to buildings and to local faculty. Large lectures with little interaction can be replaced by online, on-demand materials prepared by world leaders in their fields. Yet only online has issues, as MOOCs have proved. So connection to peers and support from tutors needs to be done in a better way, online or off. This mix of global and local and face-to-face and online is even more relevant if we consider that learning will have to be continuous and lifelong in order for students to adapt to change. At IE, we started with online learning almost 2 decades ago, and many of our programs are blended. We believe we're one step in the right direction, and that's just what I'm going to share a little bit with you today. As we enter the fourth industrial revolution, the digital transformation will be pervasive. Recent research from the World Economic Forum and the World Bank suggests that current employees in organizations need to be upskilled or reskilled in order to be successful in a digital age. And so we must think broadly about who our students will be and if our offer is suited to their needs. Most of our part-time programs have a blended format, which has been ranked number 1 or 2 worldwide by the FT and QS. We have developed 60 high-impact online programs, which are short programs totally online, and 36 MOOCs. And we have a vast library of awarded multimedia materials. I'll talk briefly about these 3, the blended methodology, high-impact online programs, and our multimedia materials. So what is our blended format like in a little bit more detail? Most programs have 2 to 5 face-to-face modules during programs that last 10 to 15 months. This, as you can see in the example of the Global Executive MBA in the slide, means all online modules are preceded by a face-to-face moment where students meet their professors in work groups. So the face-to-face parts, as you would expect, are very intense weeks of classes and visits morning to evening, complemented by breakfast, lunch, dinner, and drinks with peers, and many times professors live abroad and are staying in the same hotel. This creates the connection that makes the online more fruitful. Subjects and learning experience that do not translate so well to the online world are grouped together in the face-to-face modules. The online components in between face-to-face modules try to replicate the 3 moments of learning students get when they're learning face-to-face, namely individual, small group, and large group learning. The large group study is the only component that is truly different. Most of our programs have a few synchronous video conferences a week, but most of the large group learning is done in asynchronous forums. Each week, students participate in 4 forums. They have 2 subjects with 2 questions each per week. Discussion starts on Monday and ends on Thursday, and students can contribute with 5 posts per forum. Professors contribute and redirect the conversations. As you may imagine, this is a lot of work for both students and professors. Yet it is worthwhile, with students referring that the learning is much more in-depth. So moving to the second example, our high-impact online programs. These are short, open programs, 5 weeks fully online, also with very high interaction with peers and professors, and a lot of support from learning analytics so the professor checks students' learning journeys. These programs can be adapted to an organization's specific requirements, like we did for Santander's Aid to Education Fund, for example, in just a couple of weeks. The last example of what we are doing in the online world is our multimedia material. The multimedia case allows for using richer materials from the organization individual it refers to, as well as using simulations and other interactive content. Students' decisions and experience along the cases will get stored digitally in order to have an open discussion in class. Decision-making, drag and drop, and other interactive activities make up the learner journey. These activities are based on tangible frameworks and business models. Something else we're doing, but not at all exclusive to our online programs, is our collaboration with companies and professionals. Professors at IE have always been a mix of academic and practitioners, which bring up-to-date content into class every day, be it from research or from the market. And organizations have contributed to the design of programs that are more suited to the needs of their sectors. But with the current reality of organizations opening up their training, we have also started offering tech certification prep and exams as part of the curriculum in some of our programs, namely certifications by Google, IBM, and Oracle. So what are we doing now? Since March, we have adapted, like everyone, and we're happy to say students, professors, and staff moved online, adopting a pedagogy in line with the format. Classes will move online, but so will services like talent and careers. And even campus activities did not stop and moved online, many of them student-led. And last week, we held a 1 week-long worldwide staff meeting totally online. We're now looking at the fall 2020 and beyond. We've fitted classrooms with upgraded cameras and microphones for those attending remotely. Large screens were also fitted so that those who are logging in online have a certain presence in the classroom. So it'll be possible to follow all sessions either in person or remotely, be it by the professors, students, and guest speakers. And we're adapting the pedagogy because it is not enough to just digitize in-person programs. We're assuring learning is active, impactful, personalized, social, and data-driven. A lot of this thinking comes from the latest insights and dedicated experts in learning sciences and design. So is this the end game? Probably not. There are so many questions. Big questions like how do we add value and to whom? What is our impact? But also, can we commoditize certain materials, unbundle services? Can we use games, bots, virtual assistants, VR and AR? How about self-management, tutoring and facilitating, and collaborative learning? What other players are serving this objective? As hard as this term has been, overcoming our current situation might give us hints on how to tackle our long-term, long-standing issues. And that's really something to look forward to. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm happy to connect to continue the conversation.